Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel after 2 months. So today I'm sitting down and finally telling you the story of the Comic-Con of 2025. Because this was one of those genuine experiences that I needed to share that badly. Yes, I know it's been a while since May or June, but I want to cover it on this video. I'm sorry if I took a while, guys. I know it's been 2 months, but we're finally making this video non-regardless. I do have a religion exam to do, and I gotta get that out of the way. But in the meanwhile, this video, it came out today, this particular date. So yes, let's get ready. This weekend was crazy. From May 30th to June 1st, that's when all the days have started. It was crazy, exhausting, chaotic, overwhelming, and expensive. Somehow, still one of the most funnest weeks that I've ever had. There were massive lines, insane cosplay, pure chaos everywhere. Merch that was way too overpriced, and of course, the absolute highlight that I wanted to share, and that is meeting a legend himself. Now, I'm going to reveal later in this video who this individual is. I thought he was super important to meet. He is a literal horror legend. So grab some popcorn, get comfortable, because this is a long one. I'm taking you through everything that has happened. Yes, everything. Day by day. From awkward moments to sweaty costumes, to those moments where you're standing by thinking, why am I doing this? But also realizing, yeah, this is totally worth it. Day 1 started pretty normal. As normal as it can be when you're about to meet someone so iconic that he was an inspiration for you. My Nana picked me up around 1 p.m. and the second I got home, it was full panic mode. I was throwing stuff into bed like I was leaving a zombie apocalypse.
Please just hear me out, please.
We went to my Nana's place to eat before leaving, and let me tell you, that meal took like 10 years.
Oh, no.
I was sitting there, pretending to be calm while intentionally screaming, "We cannot miss this important photo op that I really needed. Like, we cannot miss it!" By around 2:10 p.m., we finally hit the road. And of course, traffic. Traffic sucks, guys. We got to the hotel around 4:15 p.m., but plot twist, the room wasn't ready. So while my Nana was handling that, the costume I was wearing is a tuxedo Freddy Krueger, and it's a reference to A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. If you don't know what that scene is, when Freddy Krueger comes out with a severed head.
I said, where's the f***ing bourbon?
Walking into the convention for the first time was insane. It was essentially overloaded. Everywhere I looked, there were posters, collectibles, Chucky dolls staring into my soul like I owned the money. Dear God, Chucky, leave me alone!
Give me your money!
No!
You stupid!
Leave me alone! My first stop was the photo op area, because my Nana forgotten to buy this horror icon photo op that I want to take a picture with. Turns out the online sales of it were closed. We were a little bit disappointed. But not only that, but the original price has been bumped up to $50, which is now $275 instead of $225.
Please just hear me out, please.
I stood there like, okay, This hurts. This physically hurts, but at the same time, it's my horror icon. Of course, I'm gonna say no to that.
That's what I'm talking about. This means something to me, man.
While waiting, I looked around the celebrity area. We saw Warwick Davis, Ken Kirzinger, and this Freddy Krueger cosplayer with a Jason head yelling, "We got Freddy to Freddy." I still don't know what that meant, but I accepted it, so. Then came the emotional damage.
Oh no, no.
A worker told us that we won't be able to meet this horror icon, and we would have to come back tomorrow. My heart dropped. I was already tired, and this was already a nightmare. So because of that, I had to mentally overschedule everything. Instead, we just explored the convention. Scooby-Doo fan? Yes. Art the Clown dolls? Yes. Signed posters everywhere? Overpricing, but it's pretty tempting. At the same time though, I didn't take many photos because due to the vendors were super protective, and because of that, I could barely take pictures. Now, you may ask, why can I take many pictures or videos? Well, here's why. Some vendors are really overprotective against your items, and because of that, they are really annoyed when you take a picture of your stuff, and they tell you no pictures. You get super annoyed, and it's really frustrating. I mean, I get they're trying to protect their stuff, but at the same time, they just don't want people to copy their stuff, and I totally understand that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Eventually, we did get into the lineup with this horror icon. I was nervous, sweaty, and internally panicking as I'm getting ready to take a photo stand by stand with this horror icon. When it was finally my turn, he liked my costume, suggested a pose, which I tried doing. So basically, let me explain the context. I tried to do the pose and turn, but I gotta make sure, but my back wasn't all the way to the side because due to the suit. So I tried to do the side, but I couldn't do it that well. So I tried my best to do it on the side, but it couldn't turn all the way in. And he noticed that, which thank God, and he immediately decided to just say, okay, that's good. And after that photo, it made the moment feel special between us. It felt special because it actually wasn't rushed. The photo turned out incredible. What he did in this photo op is he went over to the camera after the picture was taken. He went over to the camera and had to make sure that the photo was perfect, and he made sure that it was a good photo. And when I finally got that photo off, he said, "Good to go." And I said, "Thank you. I love your movies. I am such a big fan. Thank you so much." Because I absolutely love this man. It was worth every dollar for every minute. Guys, it was beautiful, man. After that, we went to a Ken Kirzinger Q&A, which, fun fact, when he played Freddy vs. Jason, did you also know that he did the stunts for Jason Takes Manhattan in Part 8? Yes, he was in Part 8. If you did not know, it was this one scene where Jason was chasing the two victims, and he entered this cafe, and that's when you see the actor who was potentially the future to play Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. Then we finally went back to the hotel, ate pizza, watched TV, and collapsed. Day one was chaotic, overpriced, but amazing. And it was one of the best experiences I had yet. I'll show you the two amazing things that I need to show that are just amazing. He is absolutely an amazing man, and you gotta meet him if you're a fan of this franchise. You gotta meet this man. So now I'm gonna hold my little microphone. I thought, why not hold the microphone just to make it much better so that you can hear me. Ta-da! Day 2 was the most important things in my life and my entire weekend for me. This was a day that was built up in my head for months, maybe even years. Who knows? This was like one of my biggest moments ever. Meeting the legend himself properly instead of that mess that happened in day 1. Getting his autograph and finally having that real fan interaction. That was the moment. Before I start, when we got to his table, unfortunately we couldn't take a picture. My dad took a picture when we met him. I mean, it wasn't the best photo, but I can tell you I was just happy to see him. So we got up close and it was super nice to see him. I woke up already exhausted from day 1.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
But my brain was fully awake. Now, yes, my body was tired. Feet hurt as hell from walking around so much from that day.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
But my excitement was doing all the work. I got ready and put on the Freddy tuxedo again. Once again, I was reminded that Freddy Krueger's mask is basically a heat trap.
This is fine.
Because the mask was absolutely sweating. Like, I could barely walk in it. Like, let me tell you guys, I'll show you the pictures of the tuxedo. My god, the mask was sweaty. I could barely breathe. I got a little annoyed at my dad for moving me around sometimes, but I'm also kind of grateful that he did that because my body was so exhausted in that mask. It was so exhausting. I could barely see or move, and I could barely move my feet sometimes because of the tightness and the tightness of my neck in the mask. That's how bad it was, okay? Like, that's how bad it is, and that's how much of a nightmare that was. Quite literally. By the way, I wasn't even outside yet when I put on the costume, and I was still sweating. Like, still. From yesterday, I was still sweating when I got barely touching outside. It's not a bad costume. I really like it, and a lot of people really liked it as well. But for me, it was so sweaty. So we got to the convention early because we knew that every Saturday lines get packed, and because we've been scheduled to see him we were supposed to see him on Friday, but it has been delayed to Saturday, so we knew the lines were going to be busy, so we arrived there early. So when we arrived early, we waited for a couple of hours to get in the building, and then we got straight into the line. And when I say early enough to think, okay, this might not be too bad. Is it? Please! I was wrong. I am one of the people that went on its most longest line ever. The line was already massive.
And do you know what else is massive?
Okay, like, it was packed. It quickly turned about 3 hours in that line.
Your bill, sir.
What? $100? Well, this can't possibly be correct.
Oh, my mistake, sir. Thank you for pointing that out. This is your bill.
It took me 3 hours just to see this man. He's great. Like, he's an amazing man. He's trying his best. I get it. Like, that's a lot of people to go through. But, man, it took me 3 hours just to see him. I was standing there waiting, and slowly questioning my decisions of this. I wanted the line to be quick, like hurry up. Like, I needed to hurry up. Like, it took 3 hours. Comic-Con lines are their own experience. During the line, you meet some really cool people, very intense people, some people that you shouldn't be standing too close, because during that line, they were really sweaty people putting their grease up close to me.
Get this shit off me! Get this beta shit off me!
Like, it was super close to me, and I hated it so much. It was disgusting.
Disgusting!
Like, but this guy was super greasy. Like, he had gray hair, and he was so close to me. And my dad noticed, and he was like, what the hell is happening? So greasy. Like, oh my god. Like, I swear, it was genuinely like a horror experience. It was a nightmare. Like, quite literally, it was a nightmare. My dad and I wanted to get a VIP pass so bad because of how busy their lines are. But while waiting, I checked my phone and saw something. I honestly didn't believe it at first, but it was crazy. Had posted me on his official Instagram. Right here. If you notice right here, he posted me on his official Instagram. That completely changed my mood instantly. I went from tired to annoyed to suddenly feeling like I had unlocked a secret achievement. At the same time, that moment alone made the wait worth it. He was a great man, and I'm so happy. After what felt like forever, I finally reached the front of the line, which was 3 hours long. Oh my god! And I was standing there face to face with this horror icon himself. And do you want to know who this horror icon really is now, since I'm going to reveal it? Robert Englund himself. Yes, that's right. Robert Englund himself from Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street. This was one of the most greatest moments I've had. Now, yes, the line was god awful, but we talked, and he was incredibly kind. The interaction felt genuine and not rushed at all. Originally, I was supposed to ask him what was his favorite kill in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. But someone next to me, because my dad kept asking me so much during the line, someone stole that question. And I got really upset. But he was still kind enough to talk to me a little bit. And so that, it felt genuine.
I forgot to add this part. This is Robert Englund's favorite kill with Tina from A Nightmare on Elm Street. That was his first favorite, but his second favorite from A Nightmare on Elm Street 6 with Koros. It was pretty interesting to see, and I didn't know those were his favorite kills. Just a little heads up, that's pretty cool to find out and learn. So just want to let you know that those were his favorite kills in the franchise.
Here is the photo op with Robert Englund. Now, as you can see, it looks fantastic. Like, hold on, let me zoom in and focus on it. So as you can see here in this photo, yeah, I was trying to turn my back all the way, but because of the tuxedo, I couldn't really go full on back, but Robert Englund was okay with that. He realized, and he's like, yeah, let's take this photo together. And I absolutely love this moment right here. It just looks beautiful on this photo, and I gotta tell you, I fell in love with this photo immediately. This is peak cinema right here. We also have it on his Instagram as well, because I saw it in the Instagram, and I immediately got so happy. Like, I'm on his Instagram. That right there is a beautiful moment. Like, this man is amazing. I gotta show this epic autograph right here that, well, it's part of the line of day 2. So let me zoom in and just show you what this looks like. So this autograph was signed for me. I actually loved what he did. 3 X's and the 4 claws that says Freddy, and then signed it with his name. I actually loved that. He actually gave it to me, and he actually talked about this is his favorite photo. And I was like, his favorite photo? No way! I actually got this, and he says his favorite because Freddy Krueger got a hold of Nancy, and her tears going down because she's deep down, she cried of this interaction. So this was actually an awesome moment between Robert Englund and I, and this is Heather Langenkamp crying because she knows she has been caught by Freddy Krueger. I was so happy that I finally met Robert Englund, and I loved the interaction. Like, I know he didn't talk too much, but it's because he went through a line of so much people. Like, I get it. Like, in my position, if I met my fans, which is you guys, that many people, yeah, I would pretty much be tired of talking. So it for like 3 straight hours eventually. So like, I get it. I truly get it. Robert Englund also gave me a card right here. He gave me a card right here so I can check out his official website for Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And he says you can check out his website for any more signings you want. You just gotta deliver it to him, and then he'll sign it for you, and he'll take a picture of it. So it's actually pretty cool. If you look at his website, though, yeah, it's pretty expensive for me, but you know, it's still worth it to meet him. Like, come on. It's still worth it. I love Freddy Krueger, and the weekend of 2025 Comic-Con was, to me, one of the best weekends I've ever had over a shitty year. And so I still loved this experience. Once that moment was all over, I stepped away honestly, feeling like my brain needed a second to catch up. That was one of those moments where this just happened. Like, that just happened. Like, you don't fully process, because like, what do you say to that? Like, that was a huge moment for me, and I actually met him, and that's just crazy to me that I met a horror icon of the 80s. Like, that's insane, man. Like, I'm still shocked to this day that I met Robert Englund. Like, that's crazy, man. After that emotional high, I immediately went back to the hotel to change into my Jason Voorhees costume, because now we're gonna meet Ken Kirzinger. And let me just say, switching from the Freddy Krueger costume into Jason Voorhees felt like freedom. And Jason's mask? I could finally breathe again. I felt human again from getting out of that mask. Because as much as I love the costume and I still like wearing sweaty costumes, dear God, that costume was super sweaty. I was sweating my balls off. So we walked back to the convention, and I headed to Ken Kirzinger's line. And right away, the energy was different, because at least, like, he didn't have a big, like, a massive lineup. Like, he didn't have a massive lineup at all. He just had this very small lineup. Like people were really focused on Robert Englund more, but his lineup was just really small. It was way more relaxed, way less chaotic. He was incredibly friendly and easy to talk to. I actually asked him what was his favorite kill in Freddy vs. Jason. And he explained me it was the Jason stab in bed kill because he read the script. He actually told us a story about this that I actually really liked. He told us a story of his favorite kill, and he talked about how the script says just stabbed his random asshole. And that was actually really funny. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see his favorite kill is that's the stab in bed scene. And you know, that scene's just cool. It's also my favorite kill in the franchise. So this is going to be another spot as well. This is another quick one, but I got a Freddy vs. Jason autograph. Yes, before I begin, this Freddy vs. Jason autograph is different. No offense, he's an amazing man. There were not a lot that were appealing to me, so I just picked the photo that I thought would be cool to have up on my wall, which I will show you right now. So I got this. So let me just zoom in and give you a closer look at it so you can see better. So let me show you it real quick. So as you can see, it is an autograph from Freddy vs. Jason, his most iconic picture right here. And it says, Jason rules. That is cool. And then it just says his signature, all that stuff. But it says Jason rules. The same thing like when I met the first Jason Voorhees, who played the very first Jason as a kid in part 1. So I thought this was pretty cool to see this as the 11th Jason said Jason rules. That's pretty cool. It was a very cool autograph because I liked it. It's not a lot, but at the same time his table didn't have a lot to sign something that would be cool. So I just decided to give him a cool basic Jason picture that I thought will look cool. After that, we took photos, and I actually asked him if I can take my mask off too, so I can do a Jason mask on and mask off, and he was very kind enough to actually do that. And I was so happy that he let me take my mask off, so I am happy to do that. We talked a bit more, and then the exhaustion came in. By the end of the night, my body felt bad. My feet were hurting, my body was aching, but I was happy at the end of the day. We went back to the hotel, got pizza again, and I passed out knowing day 2 was absolutely worth it every second. Day 2 was one of the best days ever, and so now it's time to get ready for day 3. That's right. Day 3. Day 3 started slow. Like, really slow. That was necessary. Everyone was tired, like usual. Packing the hotel felt way harder than usual. My dad was stressed, and I was just trying to move without collapsing.
I've fallen, and I can't get up!
Shut up, Grandma!
My body was so unbelievable and tired that I can just barely move. There was this weird emotional feeling that morning. I was exhausted, but I didn't want it to be over yet. Comic-Con weekends always feel like that. You leave, but you also don't want time to stop. It felt weird that morning. I was feeling a little sad to leave, knowing that Robert Englund is not going to come back to where I am for a bit, but it was a weird feeling, so I could imagine that. So the final goal of the weekend, which is the last day, which happened on June 1st, was Warwick Davis. He is very known for Star Wars movies, the Harry Potter movies, and most importantly, the Leprechaun movies. So I brought my Willow poster that I bought years ago. Now, you may ask, Willow is a super popular movie, but why did I particularly decide to do Willow? I heard things that Warwick Davis does not like the Leprechaun movies that much. Just like Chucky, Leprechaun is not a great character, I've heard, and he hated the role so much that he just didn't want to be recognized as that. But he still supports fans that like recognize him as Leprechaun because, you know, people support it. So that's why I decided to get a Willow poster, which I actually watched by myself, because I figured why not get an autograph of him as the main character in that movie from Willow 1988. Walking up to his line felt calmer than the others. And of course, Comic-Con does what Comic-Con does best. Can you guess what it is? Another price hike.
Brother, this guy stinks!
That's right. Instead of the original price, they decided to boost it up to $20. Without telling everybody. Great, Comic-Con. You're getting on my nerves now. At this point, I didn't even react. I just accepted that at this point. I was paying for the moment, not the price. I asked one of the workers if I can take a picture of him signing my poster that I printed. Because, you know, I wanted to hang it up eventually. It was supposed to be after I filmed this video, which that took a long time. And the worker said yes, and I was so happy to take a picture of him. I was so happy. I was relieved. I was like, thank God. If you won't let me take a picture of him because I have to boost it up, then at least I can make him sign and take a picture of him signing my poster that I got. Meeting Warwick Davis was, well, cool. It was special. Like, it was really special for me. I was clearly tired, as you can tell in the photo, because, well, he partied all day on day 2. He was still kind, patient, and took time with fans. We talked about Willow and the challenges of filming, and he told me it was the stunts. The stunts for him was definitely the most difficult part of the entire film. Didn't really expand on it too much, but he just told me like the stunts were the hardest for him. You can tell he was pretty tired, but didn't want to, you know, push him to like share more, like expand on it. But at least he told me the stunts were definitely the hardest, but he was really quiet. But yet he was but he was happy that he got to sign it. So this is where I'm gonna go get my poster signed by Warwick Davis himself. Okay, so I got him to sign the Warwick Davis Willow poster. Can you see why I got this poster? Poster looks sick so much. This was awesome. And I actually watched the movie by myself. Like, I really liked the movie. The movie was just incredibly beautiful. So, yeah, the interaction with Warwick Davis, he was really quiet. And when he signed it, all he told me is just like, oh, so I signed it, there's a little bit of ink popping out, and it's not drying enough, so he says I should be fine. I think he didn't like me too much by the looks of it. He seemed really tired, and he doesn't want to deal with all this energy that I was excited to see him. I mean, I didn't mean to annoy him. I just asked if I can take a picture. It's up to him. And Warwick Davis approved, and so I did, but he didn't seem happy when he saw me. So, yeah, if you see this Warwick Davis, I just want to tell you that I am sorry for that. I hope you're not mad at me, because I didn't know if you didn't like that or not. But besides that, it was awesome meeting Warwick Davis. Like, he's an amazing dude. I like the Star Wars movie, I like the Willow movies, and it was just so many things that were just incredible, man. Like, it was awesome. He went through a lot that year, though, as well. I supported him all the way through. I said I loved your movies, and he gave a little smile and smirk, and he said thank you. So at least, hey, I think he's not that mad at me. I hope not, but I still love the man, and I still love his work. After that, we did one final walk at the convention floor. No rushing, no stress. Looking at booths, watching cosplayers. It really hit me how much had happened in just 3 days. Cosplay, stress, overpriced merch, exhaustion, but also memories I'll never forget. There were some annoying moments. Let's be honest. It was some frustrating parts of the convention. I'm sorry, Wallet, but you have to go. none of that mattered. Comic-Con 2025 was one of the best conventional experiences I've ever had. Thank you for sticking around and listening to my weekend story of 2025. If you guys didn't know, I'm actually going to 2026 Comic-Con. Nothing will ever beat 2025 Comic-Con. Nothing will beat it because meeting Robert Englund was awesome. If you enjoyed the chaos and the horror nerd energy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you want to hear about the 2026 convention that's coming real soon. Till next time, stay spooky, stay nerdy, and always be prepared for overpriced posters and sweaty Freddy masks. And finally get this video off my shoulders and get back to gaming content. So let's get ready for more gaming content. As always, keep on slashing, my slashers.